welcome back, or maybe welcome for the first time. This weekend, we're finally getting some of the kinks worked out, and I do apologize for all the issues we had yesterday. A combination of factors that I won't bore you with right now, but hopefully we're slowly but surely getting back to where we need to be able to show off how the boys are doing so far. Just to catch everybody up on what you probably weren't able to see much of yesterday. The boys had two really good games and are off to a 2-0 start for the season. Lots of good action, good hard work, and they too are pretty quickly knocking the rust off of the off season and working into a groove. So it's good to see. It's fun to watch. The boys have been playing well, and seeing them have success early is always fun for folks like me to watch. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Hopefully today's live stream will go a touch better. We are in a brand new facility. I think it only opened 4 or 5 days ago. But unfortunately, that comes with some of the downsides of we've got no network service in here, and the cell coverage is pretty spotty as well. The electrical outlets don't work to keep things like laptops and stuff charged up to try to run a stream. And anyway, we had a whole host of technical issues yesterday, and I'll claim some responsibility for some of them, but I like to point the blame at most everybody else. So, regardless, hopefully we'll be in a little bit better shape today. As I mentioned, I do appreciate you guys tuning in, and I appreciate your patience with me yesterday as we try to get the kinks worked out. Today's matchup is lined up against the Midwest Warriors. Not very familiar with them, and I wouldn't dare try to tell you what to expect. Hopefully we can just expect our boys to show up and keep playing hard like they have been so far. All right, getting ready to start period number 1. All right, out on the ice. Out on the ice to get started for period number 1. We've got Liam Holmes in net today. Forwards, we've got Sarver, Whitted, Whittingham, and on the blue line we have Bisley and Espirito. Officials are conferring, getting their stuff all set, ready to go. We've got 17 minutes on the clock. Don't trust the clock that you see on your screen. I'm going to try to keep up the best I can, but I have to actually actively start and stop that one myself. So I will do my best, but don't trust it. All right, here we go. Period number 1. Rampage win the draw back into the zone. Bisley's got to come all the way back into the corner for it. He's going to skate around to the far side, drops it just behind him. Espirito goes in after it, sends it to the far side wall. Whittingham gets there, shovels it over to Bisley on the near side. Bisley up the wall to Sarver. Sarver off the wall, out of the zone, back into the Midwest zone. Whittingham in the corner. Midwest Warriors pick it up, go to the far wall, comes up and out of the zone, and they're going to chip it back into the Rampage zone on the far wall. Bisley gets there, sends it around to the near side. Warriors send it to the far side wall. It comes up the wall, gets stuck there, and we've got Whittingham and Esperito in there. Whitted comes in to help out. Puck gets tied up against the far wall. Warriors send it up to the point. Shot from up high, goes wide of the net, ends up on the near side wall. Sarver chips it, unable to quite clear, and Warriors send it just wide of the net, back behind. Esperito is going to recollect, sends it up to Sarver. Sarver, cross ice, deflects off of the stick. Warriors are off sides, but no call. Play continues up to Freitas. Freitas is into the zone. Takes a shot, deflects up into the netting and out of play. And we have a stoppage. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Freitas, Dormer, White, and Bennett. Warriors win the draw. They skated up and out of the zone into neutral ice. Gets stuck right at neutral, and then Warriors are going to dump it. Bennett skates it up and out of the zone, across the red line. He's going to chip it into the Warriors zone. The Warriors go after it down low. Dormer chips it across to the near side. Up and off the wall. Warriors have it. They clear it to neutral ice. They're through neutral into the Rampage zone with it. Shot taken. Holmes has it in his glove. He's going to hang on to it. .15:21 left in period number one. Out on the ice, we've got Banyan, Flanagan, Bisley, Rahosian, and Fuhrer. Over to Rahosian, up to Flanagan. Flanagan skating through neutral ice. Drops it for Rahosian. Rahosian takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. Banyan with a follow-up. Goaltender makes a second save. Nice little flurry of activity there by the Rampage boys. Warriors send it across to neutral ice and then into the Rampage zone. Fuhrer has to go back for it in the corner. He sends it across to the near side. Out of the corner, Banyan's got it. He turns, sends it up to Flanagan, who chips it up and into the Warriors zone. Warriors have it behind their own net. Rahosian applying pressure on the forecheck. Warriors send it back behind their net. Cross ice to the far side. And they're going to send it into the Rampage zone. A little bouncing around. And now Warriors are going to recollect, and now poke check. And Roberts picks it up. He's going to skate with it. He's through neutral ice. Roberts takes the shot, goes just wide of the net, goes to the far wall. Foster sends it right back in, back to the near side corner. Judkins dumps it down low. Roberts is in there to mix it up. Warriors come out of the corner with it and send it, and it doesn't connect. That's going to go the distance, and we get a whistle for icing. We'll have a face-off back in the Warrior zone. On the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Judkins, Esperito, and Bennett. Tied up on the draw. Warriors send it to center. They're going to skate through neutral ice with it. A takeaway by Esperito. Comes back the other way. Warriors have it in their own zone. Off the wall. Bennett gets a stick on it. And now Warriors turn and send it into the Rampage zone. Esperito has to go back and chase it into the corner. He's got a man on, gets tied up down low. Judkins comes in to help out. Esperito's back in the mix. Puck comes up to the point. Warriors take a shot, doesn't make it through. Esperito's got it on his stick. He sends it to the far wall. Puck stuck on the wall. Judkins and Roberts are in there. Little back and forth, and now it gets poked up to the corner, and Judkins goes after it. He shovels it forward. Roberts chips it into the zone, goes for a change. Warriors pick it up in their own zone, coming back the other direction. Into the Rampage zone with it. Whittingham's going to pick it up, sends it over to White. White turns with it, sends it up towards Sarver, goes off a stick and into the Warrior zone. Warriors come back for it, send it across and out to neutral ice. Quick takeaway by Fuhrer, and it's going to go into the corner. Whitted's in the mix. Fuhrer's in there as well. Puck stuck down low in the corner. Battle for the puck. And now Whitted's going to come out of the pile with it. Sends it across towards Whittingham. Whittingham collects off the boards. He's going to skate through. He's into the zone. Rampage are offsides. And with 12:29 left in the first, score is 0-0. We're going to face off just outside the Warrior zone. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Whitted, Whittingham, Fuhrer, and White. Rampage win the draw. Comes back to White in his own zone. He's going to send it across the far side. Whittingham chips it off the boards into the Warrior zone. Rampage on the forecheck. Sarver's in there. Warriors come skating out to the near side. Chip it up and out. Bounces past White. It's going into the zone. Shot taken, gets deflected, and Holmes is going to pick it up in his glove. Sorry, I'm going to try to get the clock caught up. I forgot to stop it start it on the last one. Out on the ice, we've got Bisley, Dormer, Drexel, Freitas, and Espirito. Sorry, Freitas is into the zone. Quick shot. That happened so fast I couldn't keep up. So with exactly 12 minutes left in period number 1, Rampage go up by a score of 1-0 on a goal to John Jack Freitas. His name's not actually John Jack, but it's what we call him very affectionately. Nice quick transition there. Nice shot. Rampage up 1-0. Warriors win the draw, back into their own zone with it. They send it from the far side over to the near side, up the near side wall, cross ice to the far side. Espirito tries to chip it back the other way. Warriors are going to send it into the Rampage zone. Bisley has to go after it in the near corner. He sends it across to Espirito on the far side. Espirito sends it, goes off of a boot, comes out of the zone. Warriors recollect at neutral ice, lose the handle, and Drexel's going to pick it up. Drexel tries to send a cross-ice pass, just doesn't quite connect. Puck ends up on the far wall. Little back and forth at neutral ice. Warriors have it. They're going to skate into the Rampage zone with it now. Puck on the far wall. Drexel picks it up. He's going to send it across to the near side. Bounce in. Bisley knocks it down and sends it up to Dormer. Dormer into the zone with it. He's got Freitas with him. And Warriors are going to poke check it out. Bennett has to come back for it in his own zone now. Bennett turns with it, sends a pass up towards Flanagan. Flanagan's into the zone. Turns, takes a quick shot. Goaltender makes a save. Puck ends up on the near side wall. Warriors send it across in a quick steal. Bennett's going to send it to the far corner. Rahosian coming in, pinches up against the wall and drives it down low into the corner. Rahosian turns. Attempts to drop it. Comes back to him. Comes off the wall. Now the Warriors have the puck. They're coming back the other way. Through neutral ice into the Rampage zone. And into the corner, and Fuhrer's got it. He sends it cross ice to Rahosian. Rahosian has to wrangle it in, turns, sends, and dumps it. And that one's going to go for icing. He was just a little bit outside the red line when he dumped it. Face-off come back to the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Banyan, Rahosian, Flanagan, Bisley, and White. Rampage win the draw. White skates it back into the corner, gets jammed up a little bit. Banyan comes in to help out. Puck goes back behind the Rampage net. Bisley picks it up, sends it over to Rahosian, kicks it out. Puck comes out to neutral, and Warriors turn around, send it back in. White's going to send it back out. Not out of the zone. Warriors take a shot, sails up and over, goes to the far side wall. Rahosian gets there, off the wall. Flanagan gets it out of the zone, gets tied up on the boards a little bit. Rahosian wrangles it in. He skates into the zone, makes a move to the outside. Gets picked up by Flanagan, doing battle for it down in the corner. He loses his stick, and now the puck comes up and out of the zone. Rahosian racing back for it. Midwest Warriors just fan on the pass, and now coming back the other way. Flanagan sends it towards the goaltender. White crashing down low. It's in the corner. Judkins picks it up to Bisley, over to White. Puck goes off a stick and comes out to neutral ice. White sends it up off the boards and into the Warriors zone. Warriors recollect back in their zone, just in front of their net. They're going to skate now behind their net. Roberts applying pressure on the forecheck. Bisley with the steal is going to dump it back into the zone. Puck comes up. Foster gets a body in the way. And now the puck is back behind the Warriors net. Warriors have it. They're going to send it across to the far side. Up to neutral, but not able to clear the zone yet. And nice steal by Foster to keep the puck in the zone for now. Fuhrer comes crashing in at the point and dumps it down low. Puck comes around to the near side boards to Roberts. Judkins is in there as well. And puck gets sent out. Warriors have it. Chip it into the Rampage zone. A Warriors player is there to pick it up, takes a shot. Holmes has a save. He's going to hang on. Oh, good grief. I forgot to start the clock again. Sorry, now I got the clock all messed up. Apologies, I'll get that reset. Battle for the puck down low. Sarver's in the mix. Puck comes out to Whittingham. Whittingham over to Espirito. Espirito sends a cross-ice pass to Sarver. Goes off a stick. And Warriors chip it back the other direction. And into the zone. Whitted has to go down low for it. He's got a man on. Sends it up the wall looking for Fuhrer. Warriors come out with it. The puck is sitting right out front. Whitted's going to turn, feeds it back the other way. Whittingham's chasing it. He's going to get there first. Drives into the zone, gets pinched up against the wall. And the Warriors have the puck coming back the other direction. They're going to dump it into the Rampage zone on net. White picks it up down low. Sends it out to Dormer. Dormer up towards Sarver. Sarver back to Dormer. Dormer makes a move. Puck goes just wide of the net. Goaltender pushes it in the corner. Whittingham dumps it low. Warriors pick it up behind their own net. They send it up and out. Now White has it. He's going to skate back behind his net with it. Makes a move to the inside. Sends a stretch pass up for Freitas. Goes off his stick and into the zone. The goaltender plays it, but not out. Drexel with a steal at the blue line. Coming back the other way. Oh, and Dormer tried to feed it to Freitas and just couldn't quite connect. Right out front there. Drexel picks it up. Feeds it across to Bennett. And Warriors battle the puck away, and we have a quick breakaway. It goes off a stick. Drexel back checking hard, gets in the way of that one. Doesn't allow a shot on goal. Puck goes to the far side wall. Freitas picks it up, sends it, goes off of a skate, and all the way in the Warrior zone. Puck comes back out. Warriors have it at neutral ice. They're going to chip it in from up high on net. Holmes has to make a save. Rahosian picks it up. He's behind his own net with it. Sends it up to Bisley. Bisley on the inside wall. Up to Flanagan. And Rampage, delayed offside. Sorry, I'm going to get used to the new rules. Big hit. Flanagan coming back the other way. He's into the Warrior zone with it. He makes a move to the outside. Banyan feeds it out front. Espirito holds it momentarily. Warriors now chip it out. They're coming back the other direction. Dump it into the zone, goes off a stick, and it's going to roll back behind the net. Rahosian gets there, feeds it, goes off of a stick, comes to the inside wall. Flanagan has to come back for it. He feeds it up and out to Rahosian. Rahosian has the puck, skates in all by himself, 1-on-3. And Warriors are going to chip the puck away, but not out. Nice steal by Tommy Flanagan to keep it in momentarily. Warriors coming now through. They're going to dump it in from up high. Holmes has it. He's going to hang on. 5:38 left in the first period. Judkins steals the puck. He's coming out. He's got Roberts and Foster with him. He's into the zone on the far side. Warriors with a quick takeaway. Puck comes to the near side wall. Just outside the zone. Now Warriors into the zone, but Judkins gets a stick on it. It's going to go into the corner low. Fuhrer has it, feeds it back the other way. Bennett's going to pick it up, skates towards the inside. A little back and forth. The puck ends up in the Warrior zone. Roberts is giving chase. and the Warriors are going to have it on their stick. They're going to skate to the far side and then feed it back this way through neutral, send it in on net. Fuhrer picks up the puck down low, sends it across to Bennett on the near side. Bennett up and out. Foster gets tied up on the near side boards. Back to Bennett. Bennett's going to skate through, feeds it over to Roberts. Roberts tries to feed it back to Bennett. Bounces off his stick just wide of the net. Whitted's down in there in the mix down low. Roberts picks it up. He's going to skate to the near side corner. Roberts takes the puck away, feeds it out front, and it just threads through. It's going to come all the way back. No icing. That came off a Rampage stick. White picks it up down low. He's going to feed it up to Whittingham. Whittingham over to Sarver. Sarver feeds it off the boards. It's into the zone. Warriors chip it up and outside the zone. Bisley's going to pick it up. He turns with it, drops it for White. White feeds it up towards Whitted. Whitted knocks it down. Cross looking for Whittingham, goes off a stick and through. Warriors chip it back up out of the zone. White has it at neutral ice. Sends it over towards Sarver. Sarver off the wall into the zone. Whitted's giving chase. Warriors feed it up the wall. Sarver pinches in and traps it against the wall for now. Warriors are going to turn and skate with it. Bisley turns it around. Whittingham's going to send it back the other way. Warriors send it back to neutral ice and chip it in the Rampage zone. Over to Sarver. Sarver feeds it across, looking for Whitted. Whitted's going to chip it, goes off of a stick and into the zone, and Rampage are going for a change. Warriors pick it up low in their own zone. Fed out to neutral ice. Dormer holds it in the zone. Freitas picks it up on the far wall, sends it back behind the net. Sarver on the near side tries to do battle. Warriors unable to clear. And now they have the puck back. They're going to clear it out to neutral ice. Back into the Rampage zone. Fuhrer's going to have to go after it down low. Sends it to the near side. Stuck on the near side wall. And then back to Fuhrer. Fuhrer turns with it, skates. Tries to send a stretch pass, doesn't quite connect. Drexel comes back for it, picks it up. It's into the Rampage zone, and now off the stick, Dormer has it. He turns with it, takes the red line, tries to feed a centering pass. Warriors with the steal, coming back the other direction. Into the Rampage zone, Espirito has it on his stick. He sends it up and out, and Drexel gets on his horse to get there. Dormer drops it for Dormer. Dormer sends a shot off the crossbar that went to the far side wall. Warriors coming back into the Rampage zone with it. Freitas being an absolute menace in a good way. White picks it up behind his net. He chips it up to neutral ice looking for Drexel. Drex gets tied up just a little bit by a Warriors player on the way in. White takes a shot from up high. Goalie sends it to the far side corner. Puck comes up and out of the zone, and Bennett has to hustle to get in the way. Warriors into the Rampage zone with it, and Warriors are offsides. So we get a face-off just outside the Rampage zone. And again, I am not doing a good job at all keeping up with the clock. I'm trying, folks. We've got 1:43 left in period number one. Score is 1-0 in favor of your Colorado Rampage. Out on the ice, we've got Flanagan, Banyan, Rahosian, Espirito, and Bisley. Rampage win the draw. Puck ends up down low in the corner. Bisley goes in after it. He's going to send it across to Espirito. Espirito clears it. Doesn't connect. That's going to go the distance, and we get a whistle for icing. Face-off, come back to the Rampage zone. Same crew out as before. Warriors win the draw. Keep it in the zone for now. It's on the far side wall. Down to Espirito, low in the corner. Gets stuck on the boards, and now he's going to send it up towards Rahosian. Rahosian tries to kick off. Steal by the Warriors. Quick move. And on the steal, coming back fast the other way. Warriors player makes a quick move and gets them on the board, tying the score at 1-1 with 1 minute and 16 seconds left in period number one. ice, we've got Foster, Judkins, Roberts, Bennett, and Fuhrer. Score's all tied up. Looks like the Warriors goaltender is grabbing a different stick. And we'll get going here again in a second. Warriors win the draw, send it to neutral ice. Bennett with the takeaway. Comes to Foster. Foster's going to dump it into the zone. Warriors goaltender holds it up and is going to send it to the far side wall. Foster keeps it at the point and dumps it back in. Warriors pick it up behind their net, send it to the near side wall, bounces up and out. Bennett has to race back for it. He's got two players on, sends it across to Fuhrer on the far side. Fuhrer sends a centering pass. Judkins picks it up. He's into the zone with it. Goes to the far side wall. Gets held at the point. Fuhrer pinches in. He's going to drive it down low over to Bennett. Foster. Foster takes a shot that goes off a stick up and over the net. Puck held down low. Foster wrangles it back in, drives towards the net, back behind now, tries a wraparound on the backhand. Roberts goes in to try to mix things up down low. Foster's in there as well. Puck tied up down low. It's going to come to the far side boards. Roberts skates it off the boards, a little bouncing around. It's going to come up to Bennett at the point. Bennett takes a shot from up high, doesn't quite make it through. Puck bouncing around down low. It's anybody's puck, and now it is underneath. Now it's underneath the goaltender, and we have a little extracurricular activities after the whistle on that one. 9.3 seconds left in period number one. And I'm going to apologize right now. I might just go without trying to keep up with the clock this time until I can get a little better at multitasking. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Whittingham, Whitted, Bennett, and Fuhrer. Warriors win the draw, goes back into the corner. Whitted pulls it out of the corner, centering pass attempt. Bounces up to Fuhrer, over to Bennett. Bennett tries to slide it in. Body's in the way, and time expires on period number one. So your score after one is 1-1 in favor of no one. All knotted up. All right. And again, I apologize for the clock that you're seeing. I will try to call out the times to you because I can do that a little better than I can keep up with the start and stop and running the camera and my mouth at the same time. Not a bad period for the boys. We're showing shots 10-6 in our favor, and one unfortunate broken play that ended up going the other way, allowing for a score to the Warriors. So now we are tied up at 1. All right, here we go, getting ready to start period number 2. Out on the ice to start the second period. Liam Holmes in net, as I mentioned before. And up front, we've got Sarver, Whittingham, Whitted. And on the blue line, we've got Espirito and Bisley. Tied up on the draw. Whitted comes out of the pile, sends it into the Warriors zone. He's going to give chase down low into the corner. Ties the player up down low. And then Sarver comes in to help out. Warriors are going to send it to the far side corner and up that wall. Bounces up and out. Esperito goes to the far wall for it. Turns, sends it towards Whitted, just outside the reach. Warriors chip it back the other direction. Quick steal by Whitted. And then back again. And back again and back again. So into the rampage zone with it. Whittingham turns. Chips it up the boards. Warriors try to turn it around. Into the rampage zone now. Puck out to center, quick shot. Holmes makes a save. Puck ends up back behind the net. Up to center, shot taken. Holmes with the save. Tied up on the near side board and now down into the corner. Whitted and Bisley in there, trying to tie things up. And puck comes up to Warriors player, sends a shot from the wall. Holmes with another save. Whitted has it behind his net, feeds it up off the boards to the point, but not out. Warriors send it back in again. Esperito kicks it to the near side wall. Puck goes down low into the corner. Way to tie things up back down low. We have a penalty coming for the first time this game. Save made by Holmes. And we have a penalty coming to Whitted. Although to be really fair, it was the other kid that actually threw him down while he had his hands up in the air. They're calling a hold. Regardless, I'm going to be biased. That's my kid. So Rampage going on the first penalty kill of the game. 15:36 left in period number 2. Out on the ice to start the PK, we've got Freitas, Dormer, White, and Bennett. Rampage win the draw, send it back behind. White picks it up behind the net, sends it up to the corner. It comes up and out and gets stuck on a player and then neutralized. And now Dormer tries to send it in, goes off the linesman. Warriors recollect back behind their own net with the poke. Comes to the near side wall. Freitas turns, sends it over to Dormer. Just off the stick. Warriors are going to pick it up in their own zone. They send it out to neutral ice, and then up off the wall into the Rampage zone, and that's going to be a whistle for icing. So we'll get a face-off back in the Warrior zone with 15:06 left in period number 2, 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the penalty kill. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Flanagan, Fuhrer, and Bisley to take over on the PK. Rampage win the draw, comes up to Bisley, shoots it towards the net. Warriors have it on their stick. Into the Rampage zone now on the near side point. Puck deflects off of a stick. Nice steal by Flanagan. He's out of the zone, feeds it up towards Drexel. Drexel's into the zone, tries to make a move. Warriors get a stick on it, but still in the Warrior zone. This is exactly where we like to play in the penalty kill, in the other team's zone. Puck goes across to the far side wall. Warriors pick it up. They're going to skate off the wall. Drexel applying pressure on the forecheck. Flanagan tips it and gets it off the wall to himself. Makes a move to center, and Tommy Flanagan with the short-handed goal. 14:29 left in period number 2. 53 seconds left on the penalty kill. Tommy Flanagan with the nice steal. Excellent pressure on the forecheck by the penalty kill shifts. And Rampage go up by 1. Out on the ice to take over on the PK, we've got Banyan, Judkins, Bisley, and Fuhrer. Warriors win the draw. They're going to send it across to the far side. Dump it into the zone. Goes to the near side corner. Fuhrer gets there, kicks it out. Banyan gets tied up. Warriors comes back to him. Shot taken. Holmes with the save. Puck bouncing around out front. Shot taken. Holmes with the save. Nice job by Liam Holmes on that series. The puck gets cleared out. It's back in the Warriors zone. 30 seconds left of penalty kill time. Warriors have it in their own zone. They're going to turn and looks like Holmes had his helmet pop loose. So we get a stoppage so he can fix his helmet. That last shot he saved with his face mask. Coming out to take over on the PK, we've got Dormer, Flanagan, Espirito and Bennett. I think the face-off's going to come out to the center dot. Warriors have it back in their own zone. Flanagan applying pressure on the forecheck. He's hungry for a second one. Warriors coming back this other way. Into the zone. Espirito's going to race back into the corner for it. Sends it up off the wall. Stays in the zone. Espirito gets it back. Sends up to the point. It bounces off a stick. Comes out to neutral ice. Warriors send it cross ice to the far side. And back again. Into the Rampage zone. Shot taken, goes up and over, bounces back behind the net. Rampage are back at full strength. Puck up the far side wall to the point. Warriors send a shot just wide of the net. It's going to end up on the near side wall. Down back behind the Rampage net. Sends it up front. Quick shot taken, goes off a body and wide. Dormer gets a stick on it. Sends it back into the corner. Ref gets in the way. Dormer over to Espirito, back to Dormer. Dormer sends it off the wall, looking for Flanagan just outside the reach. Warriors send it across to the far side. Warriors in their own zone with it, send it out to neutral ice. Dormer gets in there, ties things up for a minute. It's going to go back. Flanagan on the chase, and the Warriors goaltender sends it out to neutral ice. Bennett picks it up. Sends it back towards Dormer. Comes back to Bennett. He sends it across to Espirito on the near side. Up to Rahosian. Rahosian's into the zone. Feeds it to Foster. Foster takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. Ends up on the far wall. Comes off the wall. Rahosian picks it up. Goes off a stick and ends up in the near side corner. Tied up down low. Foster feeds it out front. Goes off a body and bounces back behind. Judkins comes in, picks it up. He's going to skate. He turns, looks. Skates to center. Feeds it across to the far side. It's bouncing. And Bisley feeds it in towards the middle. And now Warriors coming back the other way. And we have a penalty coming against the Warriors. So with 12:08 left in period number 2, the Rampage are going to have a penalty kill, or I'm sorry, a power play. 12:08 left in period number 2, Rampage on the power play. Out on the ice to start the power play, we've got, let's see who we've got. I'm going to get a couple of fresh skaters out, it looks like. We've got, I don't know who we have. We've got Sarver, Whittingham, Whitted, White, and Bisley. Nope. Sorry. Whittingham, Whitted, Sarver, Judkins, and White. Rampage win the draw. Back to White at the point. Over to Judkins. Down to Whitted. Up to Judkins at the point. Back to Whitted. Whitted takes a shot, goes wide, and ends up bouncing up into the netting and out of play. 11:57 left in period number 2, 1:49 on the power play. Same crew out as before. Rampage win the draw up to Judkins at the point. Cross to White on the far side. Shot from up high. And that one deflects. I think Sarver got a piece of it on the deflection. It was a shot from White from the point, and I do believe that Johnny Sarver had the deflection. So with 11:52 left in period number 2, Rampage go up 3-1 on a power play goal to Johnny Sarver. Had some nice movement on the power play, good positioning. Shot from the point. Sarver was exactly where he was supposed to be. Got a nice little tip and redirect. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Judkins, Fuhrer, and White. Out on the, getting all tongue-tied. Warriors, that was a hand pass, but and they did get the whistle for it. So with 11:44 left in period number 2, we will get a face-off back in the Warriors zone, I think, or maybe just outside the Warriors zone. Yeah, looks like they're going to take it to the dot just outside the Warriors zone. Same crew out as before. 11:44 left in period number 2. Rampage win the draw. Fuhrer chips it in from the red line, back behind the Warriors net. Puck goes to the far side wall. Comes back to center. Warriors pick it up. Fuhrer holds it at the blue line, keeps it in the zone. Foster down low in the corner. And now Warriors chip it up, but not out. Fuhrer sends it across to the far side. White charges back towards, and Warriors get a stick on it, and now they're going to clear the zone with it. Warriors pick it up at neutral ice. They skate one-on-one into the Rampage zone. Fuhrer with a nice defensive move. Roberts gets a stick on the puck. It's in the corner, and Roberts sends it across. And we have a penalty coming to the Rampage. So with 11:04 in period number 2, Rampage are going to be back on the PK. Penalty to Trent White, and I did not see the signal. I'm not sure exactly what the call was. Okay, out on the ice for the PK, we've got Dormer, Freitas, Bisley, and Bennett. There's a big crash. I didn't actually see it, and I didn't see the call. Sorry. Warriors win the draw up to the near side point, send it down the wall, back behind the net. Bennett gets in there and mixes things up. Warriors are going to come out of the pile with it. They send it up to the near side, up to the point, and back down the near side wall. Centering pass, and Rampage with a takeaway, unable to clear. Comes back to Bennett down low. He sends it around to the far side. Bisley has to knock it down, wrangle it in. He's going to clear it the distance. Warriors goaltender sends it around to the near side wall. Freitas ties things up and keeps it in the zone. Dormer comes crashing in. Puck tied up down low. Warriors pick it up back behind their net. Warriors send it to the far side. They're going to skate up and out of the zone with it. Through neutral into the Rampage zone. Cross ice pass goes to the far corner. Bennett sends it up the wall, and then Drexel's in there doing battle. Puck kind of getting stuck down low. Comes over to Bisley, who sends it up the wall on the near side. And now a takeaway by Dormer. He's going to skate it out of the zone. He's got Drexel with him. He's into the zone, tries to feed it across. Puck ends up low in the corner. 47 seconds left of penalty kill time for the Rampage boys. The steal keeps it in the zone. Up to Bisley, takes a shot, skates in the way, and then Drexel with the steal takes a shot, goes off the side iron and back behind. Drexel still with the puck, just pinning it down in the Warrior zone. 30 seconds left of penalty kill time. Banyan's in to join the mix. He sends it up to the point to Fuhrer. Fuhrer takes a shot from up high. Goaltender makes a save and is going to hang on. So with 9:24 left in period number 2, we've got 20 seconds left on the PK. So far, a lot of offensive action, short-handed for the Rampage boys. Out on the ice, we've got Flanagan, Banyan, Espirito, and Fuhrer. As a reminder, Flanagan with the short-handed goal of the game so far today. Puck comes over to a Warriors player on the near side into the corner. Banyan applying pressure on the forecheck is going to keep it pinned down, and now Warriors are going to send it to the far side. Far side wall, they're going to drop it down low. Back to the far side wall, through neutral, into the Rampage zone, and Rampage are back at full strength. To Fuhrer. Fuhrer's going to clear it. That one's going to be icing because it was just after the penalty had expired. 8:54 left in period number 2. We're going to face off in the Rampage zone. And on the ice, we've got Rahosian, Banyan, Flanagan, Fuhrer, and Espirito. Warriors making a late change, and the official takes exception to that. Had put his hand down already. Puck comes out. Rampage win it. Rahosian's going to skate it out of the zone. He's through neutral ice, into the Warrior zone, skates down the inside wall. He's going to skate back and around, sends it up to the point to Fuhrer. Fuhrer takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. Warriors are going to clear the zone. Fuhrer has to race across, chips it, goes off the linesman, and kind of stays right where it is. Bounces into the Warriors zone. Flanagan has it at the blue line, drops it for Banyan. Banyan gets tied up on the near side wall. Warriors send it up and around to the far side. They send it up, cleared, unable to clear the zone, and now it comes out. Warriors pick it up at neutral ice. They skate it into the Rampage zone. It's on the far wall, and they're going to dump it in, or down low, excuse me. Führer sends it around the boards to the near side, comes to a Warriors player on the near side wall, sends it back the other way. Puck tied up down low, Espirito's in there, and then Banyan comes in to help out. He sends it up to Rahosian. Rahosian feeds it over towards Flanagan. Puck back into the Warriors zone. Rampage getting a change. Warriors send it. Goes off of Espirito's skate, and now Whitted sends it to the far wall. Sarber collects. He's into the zone. Warriors get the puck back for a little bit, and then they send it up to the near side. Comes off but not out. Whitted holds it in. He's going to send it to the far corner. Keep it in the zone. Whittingham goes in after it. Whitted pinches at the wall. Keeps it down low. Whittingham gets a stick on it momentarily. Now it's going to come up to White. Sends a shot in from the point. Deflects off a stick. The goaltender makes a save. 7:17 left in period number 2. We'll get a face-off in the Warriors zone. On the ice, we've got Sarver, Whittingham, Whitted, Bennett, and White. Warriors win the draw, send it up the far side wall and out. They're at neutral ice. Chip it through into the Rampage zone, then White with the takeaway, sends it back the other way. That doesn't have enough for icing. Play will continue. Warriors have it deep in their zone. Whittingham on the forecheck. Sarver comes in to help out. Comes up to Bennett at the point, who tries to flip it down the wall. Sarver gets a stick on it. Bennett sends it down into the corner. Whitted up to Sarver. Sarver sends a shot. I think it went off the side of the net, possibly. Whitted and Sarver get tied up together. And now Warriors coming back the other way. Into the Rampage zone with it. Poke check, and now Bennett picks it up. He's skating back the other way. Into the Warriors zone. Cross ice pass, looking for White. He has to knock it down, skates it up the wall a little bit. He's got a couple of Warriors players on him. Now Warriors are going to chip it and clear. That's going to go on net, so play will continue. Holmes drops it for Bennett. Bennett picks it up, turns behind his own net, sends a stretch pass up to Whittingham. Quick poke check, and now White's going to turn and dump it into the Warriors zone. Foster on the forecheck steals the puck, drives it into the far corner. Warriors send it up to the point. It bounces past and out. Now Warriors are going to pick it up. They've got a 2-on-1. Quick shot. It's going to sneak past Holmes. So with 5:50 left in period number 2. On a quick transition going the other way, the Warriors cut the lead to 1. Scores 3-2 in favor of the Rampage. Out on the ice, we've got Roberts, Foster, Judkins, Bisley, and Führer. Rampage win the draw. Back to Bisley. He chips it up the wall. It's in the Warriors zone. Foster pitching in on the wall is going to just bounce it down low. Roberts tries to get there. He's got a man on. Gets pinned up in the corner. Puck comes up. Warriors are going to send it out across to the far side. They skate out of the zone with it. Into the Rampage zone now. Quick shot taken. Goes just wide and over. Ends up on the near side wall. Still in the zone. And we've got a tripping penalty, which it's not a trip when your stick's on the puck and then the player skates through you without looking at it, but that's what the call is. So 5:19 left in period number 2. Rampage are going to be on the penalty kill. Out to start the PK. We have Gormer, Friedis, Espirito, and Bennett. Warriors win the draw up to the blue line, and Friedis gets in that one. It gets in the way of that one and bounces back into the Warriors zone. Friedis applying pressure on the forecheck. Warriors skated back behind their net. To the far side wall, Friedis with a takeaway. At least ties things up, and he's going to drive it down low. Friedis skates out to the middle, feeds it to Dormer, trying to give it back to him. Puck comes to Dormer back behind the net. He gets tied up down low. Warriors have it on the near side wall in their zone. They turn, look, they're going to skate it out of the zone. Into the Rampage zone with it. They feed it down low. It's going to go around to the far side. Bounces out to Dormer. Dormer backhands it into the Warrior zone. Comes back up. Dormer knocks it down. Keeps it in the zone. He's going to drive it way down low. Turns with it. Keeps it back behind the Warriors' net. Just about a minute left of penalty kill time for the Rampage boys. Warriors coming back the other way into the Rampage zone at the point. They're going to feed it down the wall on the far side. Centering pass comes through to the near side wall. Warriors recollect. Another centering pass to the blue line. A little bit of give and go, and didn't get much on a pass. Now it's bouncing around out front. Quick shot, deflects up and over. Comes back up, another shot, and goes way up into the netting. 3:56 left in period number 2, 37 seconds left on the penalty kill. Out on the ice, we've got Banyan, White, Bisley, and Drexel. To continue the PK, we've got 37 seconds left of PK time. Warriors win the draw up to the point. They're going to send it down low behind the Rampage net. Bisley gets in there, ties things up, flips it up and out, and clears the zone. Nice stick by Bisley. Warriors have it. Neutral ice, coming back the other direction. Flip it into the Rampage zone. White knocks it down. He's going to turn and just send it the distance. 15 seconds left of penalty kill time. Back behind the net. Warriors still with it behind the net. Banyan applying pressure on the forecheck. Far side wall and back again. Warriors coming through neutral zone into the Rampage zone with it. Skate to the inside wall. Puck ends up on the far side. Rampage are back at full strength. Cleared the zone. Warriors have it at neutral ice. And Bisley has it on his stick. Chips it back up. Warriors have it back. Comes back out to Judkins. Has to hold, so Rampage won't be offsides. White back to Flanagan. Flanagan up to Judkins. Judkins back into the Warrior zone with it. Shot taken. Goaltender makes the save. And we'll get a stoppage. 2:47 left in period number 2. Face-off in the Warrior zone on the ice. Flanagan, Judkins, Rahosian, Bennett, and Fuhrer. Warriors win the draw. Back behind their net. Send it up, but not out yet. Tight battle for the puck. Bennett's going to take it away. Skates it in, takes a shot, goes wide of the net, ends up in the near side corner. Flanagan gets in there, ties things up. Puck comes up to the point, stays in the zone for now. Comes down to Judkins down low. Flanagan turns with it off the wall, and then Warriors have the puck against the inside, or the near side wall. Puck comes out and cleared. Warriors into the zone. Just loses the handle. Puck ends up on the near side wall. Warriors skated off the wall, send it up to the point on the near side. Shot taken. Holmes with the save. He's going to hang on. Little extracurricular after the whistle. 2:01 left in period number 2. Little pushing and shoving. How you doing? How you guys like Chicago? Did you go to Portillo's? I went to Portillo's. All right, out on the ice, we've got Whitted, Sarver, Whittingham, Bisley, and Espirito. Tied up on the draw. Whitted gets it out of the pile, skates it up through neutral. He flips it into the Warriors zone. Sarver applying pressure down low on the forecheck. Yeah, Sarver comes off the wall with it to Whitted. Quick shot. Goalie makes the save. Ends up on the far corner. Nice quick little play. Sarver to Whitted, but unfortunately nothing doing. Puck goes back into the Rampage zone. Espirito picks it up. Drops it for Bisley. He's going to skate behind his net. Sends it up the wall to Whittingham. Off the wall to Whitted. Whitted skates through. He's in the Warrior zone. Quick shot. Goalie makes a save. Whittingham with a shot. And then Bisley with a shot. Goalie just made 3 saves, and I don't think he even saw 2 of them. Esperito at the wall, up to Whitted. Off the wall, quick move, shot taken, goes wide of the net. Whittingham sends it off the side, puck bouncing around out front, and then comes back to the near side corner. Whittingham's going to get there. 1:08 left in the period. To Whitted, back to Whittingham. Warriors get a stick on it. They're going to flip it up and out of the zone. 1 minute remaining in the period. Bisley comes back for it in his own zone. He sends a cross-ice pass for Judkins, goes off a stick into the Warriors zone. Play will continue. Rampage getting a change. Judkins applying pressure on the forecheck. Puck comes up top. Warriors are going to skate out with it, lose the handle, and then regain it and flip it into the Rampage zone. Off a body, right back out again. Roberts is going to send it into the Warrior zone. Foster applying pressure on the forecheck. Up the near side wall. And Warriors send it back into the Rampage zone and deep. White has to come back in the corner. He's going to skate it to the far side. And he does so. Makes a quick move. Up through neutral ice, over to Foster. Foster's got it on the far wall. Fans on the shot, and now bouncing around gets sent to the near side point. Fuhrer over to Judkins. Judkins takes a shot from up high, goes wide of the net. And the net comes off its moorings, and we have a stoppage with 3.4 seconds left in period number 2. Really nice flurry of offensive activity by the Rampage boys in this last couple of minutes. Up to Fuhrer, shot taken, and time expires on period number 2. So your score after 2 is 3-2 in favor of the Rampage. And we will get a break for a Zam cut. I'm gonna leave the camera rolling and go on mute. Give my voice a break. We'll see you guys back in about 10 minutes or so. All right, folks, welcome back as we get ready to start period number 3. Got a fresh set of ice. Rampage currently up by a score of 3-2. Boys getting ready to go. Currently showing shots on goal 16-18, just in favor of the Rampage. But a fairly even game in that regard. Out on the ice to start things off for period number 3, we've got Holmesy in between the pipes. We've got Sarver, Whitted, Whittingham, Espirito, and Bisley. And here we go. Warriors win the draw, back into their own zone with it. Whittingham applying pressure on the forecheck. Warriors send it up the far side wall, comes up to the point. Espirito tries to send it back in. Now it comes out to neutral. Espirito over to Bisley. Goes off a stick, bounces into the Rampage zone. Centering pass attempt. Shot on the backhand, goes just wide, and now Rampage send it up to the point. Turnaround shot, Whittingham up to Sarver. Sarver into the zone with it. Warriors drive down low, send it to the far side. Whitted with a quick steal, then loses it, and then tries to get it back. Puck tied up on the far wall, down into the corner. Whitted backhands out to center. Whittingham on the backhand, gets a shot off. Goaltender makes a save. Whittingham takes a hit from behind, goes into the boards funky. No call, they let play continue. Sarver feeds it across to Dormer. Dormer has to hold it and wait for Whittingham to clear. He dumps it in, everybody tags up, and then he goes after it. Warriors send it up the boards on the near side. White takes it away. He comes skating back into the Warrior zone with it. White sends a shot. Goaltender makes a save, and then it comes loose. And we get a whistle. I think the goalie laid down on it. It was back behind him, and he laid out and covered it up. 15:44 left in period number 3. We get a whistle and a stoppage. We'll have a face-off in the Warrior zone. On the ice, we've got Drexel, Dormer, Friedis, White, and Bennett. Warriors win the draw. Goes across to the far side, and they chip it up but not out. Friedis pulls it out of the air, knocks it down, and then sends it in. Warriors have it on their stick. They send it up and out. Comes back to White, ties things up, and then flips it up out of the zone. Drexel sends it out. Dormer picks it up. He's in the Warrior zone. Dormer takes a shot. Goalie makes a save, goes to the far wall. Friedis up to Bennett at the point, gets stuck on the official, and now the boys send it around to the near side wall. Drexel pins things in there for a minute. Now Warriors send it up and just out of the zone. Dormer tries to wrangle it back in. He turns, flips it back into the Warrior zone. Warriors pick it up behind their net, skate to the far side, send it up, out to neutral ice, bounce it around. Führer has to come back and wrangle it in. He's in his own zone now with it. Just loses the handle. Warriors send a pass, and then Führer steals it. Sends it up looking for Flanagan. Flanagan has to chase it down in the Warrior zone. He gets there, drops it looking for Rahosian. And now the puck's going to end up in the near side corner. Banyan's in there after it. He's got Flanagan in there to help him out. Puck comes up the near side wall. Warriors are going to flip it up and out. Bisley picks it up, turns, skates with it. Rahosian's got it, looking for Flanagan. And now Warriors send it back into the Rampage zone. Shot from up high. Holmes with the save. Warriors pick it up behind the net. Warriors off the wall with it. They're going to send it across to the far side. Shot taken, goes off a body, comes to the near wall. Flanagan picks it up. He's going to skate with it out of the zone. Takes the red line. He's going to chip it in and give chase. Warriors send it up the far side wall. Unable to clear the zone, Rahosian picks it up. And now Warriors have the puck back. They do clear the zone with it. They're skating just across the red line. They dump it in on net. Holmes turns to the side of the far wall. Espirito picks it up. Puck comes to the near side wall, and Warriors chip it back into the Rampage zone. Up the near side wall. Warriors take a shot from the point and deflect it up and over the net. Puck on the far wall now. Warriors send it up and out and all the way down. No icing. Play continues. Goaltender clears it up to neutral ice. Warriors driving in. Bennett with a nice poke check, and then a shot gets deflected up and over. White chips it up. It's sitting right out front. Shot taken. Bounced around. I don't know if it got through to Holmes or not, but either way, it did not go anywhere. Puck back behind the Rampage net. Quick wraparound attempt. And the net is off its mooring, so we get a stoppage. 12:46 left in period number 3. A little bit of an onslaught of activity by the Warriors there on that last few seconds. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Sarver, White, and Bisley. Rampage win the draw. Bisley chips it up off the boards. Warriors hold it in. Bouncing around out front. Whittingham gets it on a stick. Is going to send it over to White on the near side. White turns, sends a pass up to Whitted off the stick to neutral ice, and then he's going to chip it into the Warriors zone. Whittingham picks it up, tries to feed it across. Bisley sends it down low. Whittingham to Whitted. Whitted looking for Sarver. It goes through, ends up on the near side point. And I think we've got a net off the moorings on this side. So we get a stoppage. We'll have a face-off in the Warriors zone with 12:15 left in period number 3. Get some fresh legs out on the ice. It looks like we've got Dormer, Drexel, Freitas, Espirito, and Fuhrer. 12:15 left in period number 3. Puck ends up down low in the corner. Quick steal by Freitas. Shot. Goaltender has it in his glove. He's going to hang on. 12:06 left in period number 3. Puck goes across to the far side. Warriors have it up and out of the zone, into the Rampage zone now. Fed across. Holmes makes a couple of saves and then covers it up. We got some activity out in front of Mr. Holmes. A little bit of that stay away from my goalie kind of talk. 11:52 left in period number 3. Face off in the Rampage zone. Same crew out as before. Rampage win the draw. Pinching in, and now the puck is right out front. Drexel's going to pick it up. He turns and skates with it. Into the Warrior zone. Drops it. Quick move by Freitas. Nice move. Shot taken. Goalie makes a save. Freitas picks it up in the corner. Skates with it. Tries to give it back to Drexel. Puck goes down low. Comes back out to Drexel. Back behind the net. Up to Dormer. Dormer takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. Dormer to White. White over to Bennett on the near side. Over to Dormer. Backhand shot. Goalie makes a save. Puck ends up in the far corner. Drexel ties things up. Dormer's going to pull it off the wall. Reverse direction now. The puck comes out to neutral ice. White picks it up. He's going to turn around, skate back in, trying to catch the Warriors on a change. Quick shot by Freitas. Goes wide of the net. Warriors coming back out the other way. White with the steal, turns around, backhands it over towards Dormer. Dormer drops it off the wall. Flanagan picks it up. He chips it in, tries to give chase. Warriors chip it up but not out. White knocks it down, sends it towards the goaltender, and now Flanagan's going to go after it on the far wall. Banyan gets in there, and now Warriors clear it out to neutral. Fuhrer sends it to the near side to Rahosian. Just lost the handle. Fuhrer keeps it in at the blue line, just barely. Puck on the far wall. Warriors have it. They're going to skate it up, but not quite out of the zone. Nice poke check by Flanagan to keep it in. Banyan picks it up. Gives it to Rahosian. Rahosian takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. Puck bouncing around. Flanagan on the far corner, and now Banyan gets in the mix again. Flanagan back in the corner. Puck still down low in the Warriors zone. Comes up the near side wall. Flanagan pulls it off the wall. Feeds it across to Rahosian. Rahosian takes a shot. Goes off a stick. Ends up just wide of the net. Bisley pinching in. He's going to send it back down below. Banyan doing battle low. Rahosian gets in there too. And I think we have a penalty coming to the Warriors. I haven't seen the call, and I didn't actually see what happened. Looks like it was a hold. So 9:42 left in period number 3. Rampage are going to be on the power play. And out to start the power play unit, we've got Roberts, Foster, Judkins, White, and Whitted. Rampage win the draw up to Judkins at the point. Cross to White on the near side point. White feeds it off the boards to Whitted, near side. Centering pass attempt. Warriors get sticks in the way. They're going to clear it all the way back in the Rampage zone. White has to come back for it. Holmes is going to hold it up and drop it for him. White picks it up behind his net. Makes a move, leaves it over for Judkins. Judkins going to skate with it, sends it up towards Roberts. Roberts into the zone. Sauce pass to Whitted. Whitted takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. And Foster gets grabbed by the back of the helmet and thrown to the ice. Nine minutes and 12 seconds left in period number 3. 1 minute and 30 seconds on the power play, and we'll get a quick change of players. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Friedis, Dormer, Flanagan, and Bennett. Warriors win the draw. They're going to clear it all the way back. Holmes holds it up on his stick. He's going to leave it for Bennett. Bennett comes back, picks it up behind his net. He's going to skate to the far side. Sends it up for Flanagan. Bouncing on him a little bit. Bounces into the zone. Now Friedis he kind of gets pinned up against the wall. Puck stuck on the far wall, and Flanagan, Friedis, and Drexel are all in the mix. And Flanagan's going to turn with it, feeds the puck over to Bennett. Bennett drops it for Dormer, over to Flanagan. Flanagan takes the shot, goes wide of the net, ends up on the near side wall. Bennett's going to pick it up. Skates and sends it across to Flanagan. Flanagan back to Bennett on the blue line. Bennett takes a shot, deflects, and ends up back behind the net. Puck comes up and out of the zone. It's going to come back into the Rampage zone. Holmes holds it up for Dormer to pick up. 35 seconds left of power play time. Dormer picks it up behind his net. Makes a quick move. Sends it up to looking for Drexel. Gets stuck on the linesman. And now the Warriors clear the zone. Friedis drops it back for Bennett. Bennett back to Bisley. Bisley's going to make a move and try to recollect. Sends a pass up to Dormer. Dormer tries a centering pass. Just doesn't quite connect. Warriors coming back the other way. Quick shot. Sticks in the way. Sarver picks it up. 3 seconds left on the power play. Sarver's into the zone, makes a move towards center, shot taken, just sails up and over. Bisley driving in down low, feeds it up to Sarver. Sarver takes another shot, goes off a body, ends up in the corner. Up to Whitted at the point. Whitted takes a shot from up high, goes off a body, bounces off the dasher and ends up in the far corner. Up to the point. Espirito sends it back down low. Warriors are back at full strength, if I didn't say that before. Warriors send it up to the point but not out. Espirito holds it and dumps it back in. Rolls around to the near side. And Warriors just clear the zone. Whitted gets a stick on it, and now it's going to bounce a little back and forth. Bisley picks it up, turns with it. He's into the zone. Flips it up and over towards the middle of the ice. Warriors skating back the other way. Into the Rampage zone with it. Fuhrer gets sticks in the way of that one, sends it into the corner. Fuhrer's going to pick it up, sends it over towards Sarver. He has to wrangle it back in. Puck kind of bouncing around on him, so he's going to just barely chip it into the zone. Warriors send it to the other side. Rampage getting a change. Rahosian picks it up, takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. 6:33 left in period number 3. Face-off in the Warrior zone. On the ice, we've got Banyan, Flanagan, Rahosian, Fuhrer, and White. Warriors win the draw. They send it around to the near side boards. Comes up the boards on the near side, and Warriors are going to skate it out of the zone now. They take the red line, try to fan on the dump-in attempt. Fuhrer has it on his stick, gets poke-checked over to the far side corner. Banyan ties things up down low. Little back and forth, and now Flanagan's got it on a stick, passes out towards Rahosian. Rahosian wrangles it back in. He's into the Warriors zone. Just loses the handle. Warriors unable to clear. And they have the puck back behind their own net. Skate turned the other way. Warriors skated out of their zone, take the red line, and they're going to dump it in. Puck rolls around to the far side. Banyan tries to chip it up, but not quite out. Bennett's going to chip it up and out of the zone. Rahosian giving chase, and he gets a stick on it, keeps it down low in the corner. Nice hustle by Rahosian. Flanagan picks it up back behind the net. He's got a couple of guys on him. Tries to one-hand send it to Juddy. Judkins up to Bennett. Bennett sends it in on net, and I didn't see what happened, but the puck ended up on the far wall. Up to the point, Espirito takes a shot, sticks in the way, and now Warriors are going to clear. Puck up to Judkins. He turns around the other way, and then picks the puck back up again, and now Warriors have it. They turn with it, send it back into the Rampage zone, and that is going to be icing. So 4:56 left in period number 3. We'll get a face-off back in the Warriors zone. On the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Judkins, Bisley, and Fuhrer. Warriors win the draw, chip it up and out to neutral ice. Fuhrer hustles in, gets tied up against the boards. Warriors flip it up. Bisley knocks it down. Foster gets it. He skates through, loses the handle just crossing the blue line, then drives down into the corner. Nice big reverse check by Armani Foster there. Puck still in the Warrior zone for now. They have it on their stick. They send it across to the near side. Skating through neutral into the Rampage zone. Shot taken. Holmes gloves it and hangs on. 4:23 left in period number 3. We'll get a face-off in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Freitas, Bennett, White, and Dormer. Rampage win the draw back into the corner. White's going to hang on to it behind his net, turns, looks up towards Drexel, just outside the reach, but it's going to go the distance. I think that's going to be icing, and is indeed. So we get a whistle face-off. We'll be back in the Rampage zone, just like it just was. 4:15 left in period number 3. Tied up on the draw. White's going to chip it up and out of the zone. And then up to Dormer. Dormer turns. He's got Freitas on the far side. Dormer just fans on it. Puck down low. Freitas feeds it up top. Warriors coming back the other way. They cross the red line with it into the Rampage zone now. Big hit by White. And Drexel's going to chip the puck to the far side. Bennett sends it up the wall. Freitas gets there, turns, feeds it towards White. Dormer takes the puck away, feeds it up towards Freitas. Freitas chips it into the zone. He's going to give chase. Puck down low behind the net. Drexel and Freitas are in there doing battle. A couple of Warriors players. Freitas comes out of the pile with it, sends it up the boards towards Espirito. Espirito sends it back down to Freitas. Freitas sends it up top. Nobody home. Warriors coming back the other way. Into the zone. Führer turns with it in his own zone. Back behind the net. Führer feeds it up to Drexel. Drexel over towards Whitted, off the boards. Whitted chips it in. Warriors out of their zone with it. On the far side board, Sarver ties things up. Whittingham's in there as well. Puck comes off to Whitted, pulls it off the boards, sends a toss pass up and in off the boards. Bisley back to Whitted. Whitted sends a cross-ice pass towards Sarver. Just didn't connect, and that's going to be icing. So we get a whistle. Face-off will be back in the Rampage zone. 2:32 left in period number 3. The score is currently 3-2 in favor of your Colorado Rampage. Change of cast. We've got Banyan, Flanagan, Rahosian, White, and Bisley. Big pile up. Bisley pulls it out of the pile, chips it up the boards, comes out of the zone. Rahosian feeds it off the boards over towards Flanagan. Flanagan attempts to center it, comes up to the point. Bisley holds it, sends it down the boards to Flanagan. Flanagan centers it. It goes through to the far side boards. Warriors pick it up. They're skating back the other way. Chip it into the Rampage zone now. The far side. Shot attempt goes off a stick, ends up in the near side corner. Warriors send it back to the far side again. White gets there, but he's got a player on. Rahosian backhands it. It comes up and out of the zone. Warriors recollect, and they have to tag up. They do so and then send it in. Tied up down low, and a shot attempt, Liam Holmes with the save. He's got it in his glove. He's going to hang on to it. 1:44 left in period number 3. We're going to face off in the Rampage zone. And I believe we have a timeout coming. All right, so when we come back, we've got 1:44 left in period number 3. Faceoff's going to be in the Rampage zone. Score is currently 3-2 in favor of the Rampage. And it does appear that the Warriors are going to pull their goaltender and add an extra skater. So we do have an empty net. Out on the ice, we've got Dormer, Drexel, Freitas, Bennett, and Espirito. Warriors win the draw up to the blue line, out to the point. Centered the pass, turn shot goes wide of the net, far side wall. Freitas pulls it off the wall. He's going to turn and send it, goes off of a body. Play will continue. Warriors coming back through. They're going to chip it into the Rampage zone down low into the corner. Espirito goes after it. Warriors pick it up and then manage to get a stick on it. And I don't know why we had a stop. Oh, the net came off and the ref is sending it outside the zone. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the game. Faceoff's going to be just outside the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Judkins, Bennett, and White. Empty net. 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. Whittingham's just going to knock at the distance on the draw. We do get an icing call. You know, when the face-off person sends it the distance on the face-off, I don't think it's actually icing, but that's neither here nor there. Tied up on the draw. Bennett's got it on his stick, chips it up to the point. It bounces out and past. Whittingham gets on his horse, tries to tie things up, comes across to the near side. Warriors turn. They're back in the Rampage zone. Pass across to the far side. Shot attempt. Holmes with the save. Bennett sends it up the wall, out to the point, bounces out. 55 seconds left. Whittingham giving chase. Warriors to the near side. Whittingham with a nice chip. Judkins gets a stick on it, and Juddy is going to take his time, wrangle it back in, and put it in the empty net. So, with 45.6 seconds left in period number 3, Michael Judkins, and based on the excellent heavy forechecking by Whittingham and Judkins on that play, Judkins with the takeaway, wrangles it back in, takes his time, and puts it in the net ever so gently, making the score 4-2 in favor of the Rampage. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Banyan, Roberts, Bennett, and White. Rampage win the draw. Roberts is going to skate, leaves it for Foster. Foster drives into the corner with it. The net comes off. The goalie resets it, and the refs let play continue. Puck bouncing around out front. It comes up and out of the zone. Bennett wrangles it in at neutral ice. Waits for everybody to tag up. He's going to dump it in. Puck rolls around to the near side. Roberts feeds it down low for Banyan. Banyan back to Roberts. Quick shot. Goaltender makes a save. Tough one to see. Bisley dumps it in from the near side point. Puck back low in the far corner. Far side wall. And now Warriors are going to just turn and clear it. And that would have been icing, but time expires on the game. So, your score after 3 periods is 4-2 in favor of the Rampage. And that, very, very happy to report, maybe for the first time in my broadcasting career, our Rampage boys are 3-0 on the season. Excellent hard work. A lot of gutsy stuff, sticking it out to the very end. And, congratulations to the boys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And I don't know schedule stuff for tomorrow because I think it depends on how everybody does today. So I will keep an eye out for a crossbar, and we'll wait and kind of see how the schedule falls for tomorrow, and we will see you back then. Thank you, everyone.